Let's move on to price. Price can be divided up into the following areas: new product pricing strategies, existing product pricing strategies, pricing methods, and pricing tactics. We'll start with new product pricing strategies. There are two main strategies: skimming or penetration. Skimming is charging a high price when the product is launched. If sales are good, this will enable the firm to cover its initial costs before a new competitor arrives. This strategy is often used for high-tech products, which have incurred high research and development costs. This is also useful for innovative products, or products with a USP. Remember, this was a unique selling point, as customers may be more willing to pay a higher price if they can't buy similar products. For example, iPod when it was first launched. As competitors enter the market, the firm will tend to lower its prices. Compare the price of PlayStation 2 now to when it was first launched. Penetration pricing is where a low initial price is set so the business can gain a foothold in the market and try and gain market share. Now, this strategy is more useful for products which aren't really innovative and are sold in markets with lots of substitutes. As there are so many alternatives, a high price would put off new customers. Back to Elliot.
Thanks, Will. Now let's look at existing product pricing strategies. First, price leader strategy. This is where a firm sets market prices which are then followed by other competitors. Next, price taker strategy. Here, a firm follows prices set by the leader. And finally, predator strategy. Just as the name suggests, a firm undercuts the competitors to force them out of the market. These strategies depend on the dominance of the firm, their objectives, and their resources. A price leader is most likely to be the firm with the highest market share and brand loyalty. If they cut prices, competitors will try to follow suit and be a price taker. Although this might not always be possible, as their unit costs may be higher as they won't be spread over as many units. A predator strategy can be used to force weaker competitors out of the market. Dominant firms with low unit costs can afford to cut their prices for a while, just long enough to force out smaller competitors who have higher costs. Price also looks at the setting of a specific price rather than a strategy. Here we have cost plus pricing, contribution pricing, and discrimination pricing. To refresh your memory, cost plus is a simple method where an amount of profit is added on to the unit cost. Therefore, at price X, the seller knows that profit will be made. For example, if a toaster costs £3 to make, the manufacturer would add on another £3, which he knows will be profit for each toaster sold. Contribution pricing involves setting a price which ensures variable costs are covered and goes towards covering fixed costs. As soon as enough units are sold, fixed costs will be covered completely and then profit can be made. Discrimination pricing involves setting different prices for the same product or service at different times. Let's consider a couple of examples. Think about train fares. You can pay peak and off-peak prices, or telephone calls where it may be cheaper to make calls in the evening. The greater the demand, the higher the price, as people will be willing to pay more. For example, people commuting to work by train will have to pay the prices set by the rail operators. At times of lower demand, prices will be lower to try and attract more customers. Finally, for price, we'll look at tactics. We'll look at loss leaders and psychological pricing. Loss leaders are products with very low prices that attract customers. The hope is that customers will make additional purchases. This is often used by supermarkets to get us into the store. it's then very difficult for us just to buy one item and the supermarket can make more sales. Psychological pricing works by making us feel that we are paying the right price or making a saving. For example, marketers know that customers feel that they are getting a better quality product if the price is higher. Therefore, setting a higher price for certain products can actually attract customers. A new gym, for example, may charge higher prices if it wants to attract more affluent customers, and the members will feel that they are joining a more prestigious club. Image-based products like clothing and services can use this tactic successfully. The second aspect of psychological pricing is very common. When you see a price of £3.99 rather than £4, it's psychological pricing, because £3.99 does seem much cheaper than £4, even though it's only 1 pence difference.